Hello everyone, welcome to the live webinar today. How are you all doing? This is Karmeet. I'm the financial analyst from Olymp Trade and I welcome you all to the webinar today. Let some people join in. Let's wait for some people to join in and then we start our webinar. So how are you all doing this? And I would like you to drop a comment of where you're watching me from so that we know which traders are connected with us and from where you all are watching. That would be a really great thing to know. Yes, Alexander, hi, how are you? Suleiman, hi. Okay, first of all, can someone please clear it to me whether you can hear me well? Is the sound okay? And can you see my screen properly? Can someone clear that, please? Miss God X Pro, India, Uttarakhand. Hello, sir. Welcome. Is everything clear? Can you hear me well? Are you able to hear me properly? Is my screen clear? I will just check it if you allow me a minute, or if you can confirm it, that would be really good. Let some people join in. I have comments coming in from people. Alright, so everything is clear is what I get. That's really good. So I welcome you all. Okay, I welcome you all to the webinar today. This is Karmeet from Olymp Trade. I'm your financial analyst for today. And as you know, we come here, we try to learn something new, and that is why I have been waiting for you guys to join in. So now that we have a good number of people in, let us start our session. First of all, as you know, there are some people today who have watched my webinars before, who have been a part of my webinars before. So what I do in the beginning is, because we might have some traders who are new to the platform and some who are experienced, but the ones who are new, they might not be aware of the features of the platform. So it's just a small tour of the platform of where you can find which feature, and then we go back to our trading. Okay, so right now guys, what you see is my web version of Olymp Trade. On the left hand side, we see the trades, market, events and health. Now in trades, we all know that we see our active trades and our completed trades as well. In the market section, you can go for your theme purchase, some strategies if you want, some whatever you want to buy on the platform, that you get in the market. The event section, whenever there's a live event going on, a tournament going on, you can find it here. And the one of the most important section, which I feel is the help section, for two things. One, you get to connect with your support team over here. The second one, here you get to learn about trading. There are some videos, some information about trading that you can get from here. Alright, let's just jump to the right part where we find our accounts, our payment options, our status and our profile. Over here you can see the amount, then comes the duration, then comes the up and down, and this shield kind of sign, which looks like a shield to us, a protection shield to us, is the risk-free deals. Now why this risk-free deal is important, most of us know, but I will explain it to you while making some trades so that you get a clear idea of it. Alright, here this is the terminal part where you see the candlestick graph, and this capital alphabet A kind of symbol is the technical analysis section. In this technical analysis section, we see different strategies, indicators, oscillators, which are helpful for our trading. Now, if you click on the strategies, we have some strategies which have blue arrow. Okay, let me tell you, these strategies are available for our starter level traders. When we scroll a bit down, we see the strategies which have green arrows, and these are available for our advanced level traders. Okay. Similarly, when you go a bit down, you find some strategies with a yellow arrow, and these are the strategies for our expert traders. But when you come on expert, you get access to all the strategies for starter and advanced. When you come on advanced, you get access to the strategies for advanced and starter. Now, from all these, one of my favorite strategies, which I really enjoy using in my trading, is Jack-Tar strategy. Now, if we see, the Jack-Tar strategy is available for fixed time as well as Forex. When we click on Jack-Tar, we see that we'll see a small video, maybe a couple of minutes video, which I would really suggest you to check, because this video can be really helpful for you to understand how this works. Apart from that, there's a short summary which we'll go through together. Now, what is Jack-Tar? This strategy is simple and effective, as it uses only 3 simple moving averages. It is suitable for moderate volatility periods and is perfectly compatible with level trading and chart or candlestick. Now, this comes with, we know that it has 3 SMAs, 3 simple moving averages, and when there is a normal volatility in the platform, that time you can use it. Now, when do we get the signal? The signal to open a trade is the moment when a candlestick intersects the SMAs. This strategy is recommended as one of the primary tools of technical analysis, and you may watch how it works in the video instructions. So you can watch a video, but when the candle is intersecting an SMA, that is a clear signal of opening a trade. Now, let's just enable this strategy. When I enable this strategy, you see that we see 3 lines. One is the blue line, green line, and the red line. Now, the blue line is the slowest SMA, or the simple moving average of the previous 50 candles. The green line is the simple moving average of the previous 100 candles, and the red line is the simple moving average of the previous 200 candles. All right, let me tell you, 50 is kind of a slow signal. The SMA 100 is kind of a better signal, and the SMA 200 is kind of the best signal that we get. Okay, now we will come back to understanding this, but this strategy, as we saw, is available for our expert traders. Now, what if you are on an advanced level or a starter level? Very simple, guys. What you need to do is you need to go to technical analysis, and you need to go to the indicators. When you go to the indicators, click on SMA thrice, and you will have 3 SMAs here. Just change the values to 50, 100 and 200, and your Jack-Tar is ready. Isn't that good? All right, so we will go back to the comments, to trading, sorry, but if we have any comments, kindly keep dropping it. What we'll try to do is we'll learn some basics, we'll learn the Jack-Tar, and we will come back to the comments, then make some trade. So it will be a to and fro conversation. I don't want that we only focus on learning and I do not answer your questions. So any questions, any feedbacks, feel free to drop it in the comment section. All right, chalo. Now let's start. What is Jack-Tar? Now we see that we have 3 lines here. As I explained, the blue line is SMA 50, the green is SMA 100, and the red is SMA 200. Whenever we see an intersection on the SMA, that is a signal. Let me show you actually a good signal so that it becomes easier. For example, over here. Now we see that the candle crossed SMA 100, then it crossed SMA 200. Whenever there is a cross over the SMA, that means it is going to go in the same trend. It is going to be an upward trend. But if you see that the candle comes and ends near the SMA, all right, for example, here you saw that the candle ended near the SMA 200, that time it was a downtrend. So 2 things to remember over here. Whenever the candle is crossing over, we will follow the direction the candle is going in. But if the candle cannot cross, it closes somewhere near the SMA, and we will see a reversal there. For example, over here, now this candle closed near the SMA 200. It ended near the SMA 200, and we saw a reversal here. It was trying to go up, but then it started going down. Right? In the same way, here this candle started rising up. Let's see if we see some trend. For example, let me find an upward trend for you. Again, it happened the same over here. The candle closed near the 200 and it showed a reversal. Then it closed, it started from here, it crossed over and it showed an upward trend. So that is what we are going to look at. Let me see if we are having some signals, and I will be able to explain it to you in a better way. So for example, here we have a signal clearly over here. Why? Now SMA 200, this candle closed below the SMA 200. It crossed over, it closed below the SMA 200, and then we had a clear downward trend. So we have made a trade in the downward direction because we can see there was the candle ended here and it showed a downward trend. So let's see how this trade goes. Now let me tell some people, as you can see, my graph time is set to 1 minute. What I normally do is, if my graph time is set to 1 minute, I try that my trade time should be double or triple of the graph time, okay, as you see over here. But normally we suggest that you trade at least for 5 minutes. Now here we see a flip in the market, which can happen with any strategy. So none of the strategy actually guarantee you 100% success, but we will certainly try to understand this strategy in a better way. Alright. Okay, for example, these kind of market where the SMAs are very far and one candle is red, one is green, one is red, green, I avoid trading in such scenarios because there you do not have a proper signal going on. Here you see, now the green candle over here, guys, if you focus, the green candle has crossed the 200 SMA, and that means it is going upwards, right? So if we would have made a trade here, it was a clear indication of upward trade. Similarly, if you scroll a bit back, here the candle crossed 200 and it was a downward trend. So if we would have made a trade here, it was a downward trend. I hope you are getting the point of this. It's just that we wait for a crossover. If there is no crossover, there can be a reversal. So let's see. For example, the SMA 50 gives a very basic signal. So if you see a signal here, there was a crossover. This means that there can be a downward trend. So let's see and let's find some signals and make trades. Is Jactar clear to you guys? If you have any questions, drop in the comment section if you have any doubts. Also, such kind of scenarios where the SMAs are very close to each other, here we try to avoid making trades because we cannot predict whether it's a overlap or a reversal. So I just avoid to make trades here. Let's check some assets and let's see if we have some signals. The most strong signal is the one that SMA 200 gives, so we will be focused on SMA 200 more and we will see if we get some signal from there. Okay, so here you see the candle closed near SMA 200 and then it gave a reversal. If we made a trade here, it would have been a good chance. Now here it is again trying to rise. Once it rises, it crosses the 200, we can make an upward trade. Well, if you are checking some assets, if you have any suggestions, feel free to drop them and I will check those assets as well. Right now I am not seeing a particular. Okay, here we might have a signal. See, the candle closed here, so we might have a downward signal, but again my concern here is one candle is green, one is red, one is green again. So I am not going to trade immediately on this asset, but I'll come back to this asset in some time. Here we see that the candles are rising, so might be it crosses the level 50, the SMA 50, and then we can make an upward trend. So this is also something that might give us a signal. No signal here at the moment. Okay guys, so here again, not right now, but we might have a signal here. Why? Because it is trying to come down. What will happen over here? Either the candles will come here and end somewhere over here and then bounce back upward, or they will cross and they will give a downward trend. So this asset is something which can interest us, maybe a couple of candles down the line or maybe 1 or 2 candles down the line. We will come back to this. In the meantime, let me check some comments and see if I have any questions from my friends here. Okay, So yes, hello everyone. The first question I see is 2 times you can withdraw your cash, 3rd time no withdraw. I'm sorry if you face that issue, Silu, but I'm sure we have traders who have made hundreds of withdrawals and never faced this issue. So if you have any withdrawals concern, please contact to our support team and they will be more than happy to help you. Best withdrawal method, Mr. Farhan, I wouldn't say best withdrawal methods because we have many methods. We have the USDT account, which is very good. We have different accounts, but it depends on the region you are from and it depends on the payment methods available for you. Next, when will the market overview webinars be resuming? I will certainly take this as the feedback and we'll try to resume it soon. Saminath, nice app trading, thank you. RJ Blaze, you are an excellent and making people understand this so easily. Good work, keep it up, dear. Thanks a lot, Miss Blaze, and this is all because of your motivation we come up like this. Alright, so let's now find signals. Okay, here you see it crossed, it's going upwards. So what we can do is we can obviously, now what is risk-free trade? I was telling you here, if you see I activated $5 risk-free trade. When you are not sure, now these risk-free trades are there in your account. When you're not sure what is going to happen, what you can do is you can activate the risk-free trade and make your trades. Alright, when you make these trades, if you win, you get the profit, but if your trade goes unsuccessful, your invested amount, your capital amount comes back to your account. Alright, that means you are trading without any risk over here. So here I am finding a signal and mostly a downward signal. If this candle closes below it, okay, I feel that I can make a trade here, but again the candle is very risky because we had red green. So let's wait for this candle to end and come back. Okay, so here if you see the candle crossed SMA 200. What a great signal we had here for an upward trend, which has still been continuing, but since it is very far now, I am not making trade here. I am not able to find very good signals, but if you are finding any signal, feel free to drop them. Okay, over here now there is a crossover happening on SMA 50 and it is showing a downward trend, but let's see how that goes. We might come back to Mahajantar index as well. Mooch index has no signal. Same with other assets, other currency pairs. Let's keep finding. Okay, we see that this is somewhere nearing to crossing over the SMA 50. If that happens, we can certainly make an upward trend. Okay, here is a downward trend, what it is showing. Let's see about this candle also. Dow Jones, we will check how it goes, and if it is a crossover, it can bounce back and we will make a trade. We had marked GBP AUD. Okay, here we see what happened? It closed here, it bounced back. So now we see an upward trend. As soon as this candle ends, I will make an upward trade. One thing to remember, do not enter a trade in between the candle. Either maximum 10 to 15 seconds after the candle starts, you should enter, not later than that. I avoid entering later. The entry point matters a lot. So as soon as this candle ends, we can make an upward trade because we see that there was a bounce back. I am making an upward trade here because I see that the market is going well. So let's see how this goes. I have used my risk-free trade and made this trade. So if I win, that's great. If I don't, okay, again here I am getting a signal in JBP JPY. If this goes near to SMA 200, it can be a either reversal or an upward trend. So let's come back to this. Let's check this asset. Right now no signal, but if it closes here, I can see a bounce back. So yes, might be a signal in the future. Well, it's a 15 minutes trade, so I'm going to avoid it at the moment. Again, an unstable market because the candles formation is very less. Let's check basic altcoin. Okay, so whatever we have marked favorites, let's see how they go. And here we see a downward trend coming, so now we'll come back to this asset. In the meantime, let's see if we have any other asset giving us signals. Okay, so as you can see, now I had used risk-free deals, right? So after using the risk-free deal, since there was a signal of upward trend, I made an upward trade. But if you see, the market switched, the market flipped. Still it can go up, but I am not very sure. I had used risk-free deal, so my money is safe here. I need not stress or worry about my money, right? That is why this is very important for you. Now let's just go upwards and see if we have any signals from a higher return assets, so that we are able to trade better. Now here we can have a signal. What we can do is we can either double up the amount, and then if you see what a good candle formation this was. If you would have made a trade here, I'm sure it would have been better. Again, the market is changing, so at the moment I'm not making any trade here. Let's check for some other assets. Let's start from the very beginning. Do you have any recommendations for any assets, friends? Are you checking the assets? Do you see any signals which maybe I missed out and you are able to check? Okay, so here the candle is nearing to SMA 100. Alright, so it bounced back. It's showing a downward signal. Let's see. Let's make a trade downward and let's see how this goes. Let's shift to another asset. Again, here there is a crossover and it is showing a downward trend, so we can make a trade in the downward direction. Let this candle end and we might come back to this. I have a question from Sabir Ali. So in Jackdaw strategy, we will have to wait till the candle complete or just enter the trade once it will return back after touching SMA. So yes, if the candle is somewhere 10 seconds, on 55 seconds, 45 seconds maximum, you make a trade. If it is in 15 seconds, 20 seconds, avoid that situation and wait for the candle to end and the next candle to start. So here you see there is no signal. Again, I do not see a stable signal here. Same situation on this asset. Yogesh says, which time is best on trading in Olymp Trade? Yogesh, there is no particular time. It all depends on the market situation. So whatever time gives you good profit, that is your best time. Ochai, hi Ochai, how are you been? I'm sorry. I'm here, all here. Please tell me, how are you? Okay, good signal. Here we see a crossover on SMA 200 in the upward direction. So now what we can do is we can feel that the trade would go upwards. Okay, so let's just wait for maybe 5 to 10 seconds and then I'll make a trade. But if the market is flipping over here, if we see that the candle is changing, why do we risk our money? So we will come back to this asset because now there can be a reversal as well. So all you need to do over here is you need to understand the candles. You need to understand its performance with the with the assets. So here is a reversal. We can make a trade here. Again, yes, here we see a signal coming up. Well, mostly at this time the market is very volatile, so yes, a down signal is there. Now it can switch, like you see. So anything can happen. I am just making these trades so that you understand that the volatility also depends. Now there is a volatility here, the market is acting volatile, but you never know what happens. Let's try to change the asset and see how it goes. Also, when we use martingale, there are two ways to use martingale. What normally we do is we double up the amount and we recover it, right? What you can also do is you can keep the amount same and make a couple of trades. So maybe 1 or 2 trades, and that can be more, that can also make you recover your amount. So that I normally used to double up my amount while using martingale, but now that since our trades have not been very good, the market has been very volatile, we will have to find a way to trade better. So let's see, maybe 10 here, and let's make a trade in the downward direction and see how it goes. Also, when I'm trading, when you are watching the webinar, just a couple of suggestions. The webinar that you see on your screen, there can be some couple of seconds of broadcast difference, so do not copy my trading. And again, I did tell you, any strategy is not going to guarantee you 100% success. Okay, so here we see that there was a crossover, but it ended up in a not very positive note, and this trade is not positive at the moment. It can still be, but you never know how it goes. So yeah, just hoping for the best. Okay, now I do not feel that this trade would go positive, but no worries, we have another trade active. Let's check for other signals. Now since this was a crossover, now here the candle is not very stable, so I'm not making trades here. Let's check other assets, let's check other signals. So drop in your questions, guys, if you have any. Please feel free to drop in your questions and I'll be more than happy. Over here, now since this is one signal that we have, if this candle crosses 200, it will again be a downward trend. If it doesn't, it can rise from here. So we can have an upward trend as well over there. So this is again one more signal where we can make our trades and maybe have a good success. Let's see, let this trade end and then we'll continue with our next trade. Okay, so this trade went positive. Now what is the situation? Now this candle is trying to come near to SMA 200. I am very interested in this asset because what is going to happen over here is, since it is ending somewhere near to 200, it will now start to reverse back. So we can make an upward trade as well. Let's try to make an let's wait for this candle actually, and in the meantime we check other assets. Guys, patience is the key here, because if you see, I am not in a hurry to make trade. I am not going to just blankly, oh, I get a signal, I'll make a trade. I am going to study that signal as well, whether I really see a positive there. So here I see that the candle is trying to come somewhere near SMA 200, but SMA 200 is acting as a resistance, so it is not letting the candle come close by or crossover. If there is not a crossover, it will obviously go back, it will bounce back and there will be a reversal. But if this crossover happens, then the candle might continue going downwards. Alright, so let's come back. Okay, here we have a crossover and now we can see that this candle ends and it can go downwards, it can continue going down. So two assets I'm really interested in at the moment is Euro Composite and Commodity Composite. Let's see what both have to say. So since there is no crossover here, I feel that there will be a reversal from here. It will be an upward trend going on from here. Let's see the next candle. So it's trying to cross, but SMA 200 is stubborn there with, you know, it is not letting this thing cross. So I will use one $10 risk-free trade, and I am going to make an upward trade because I feel that there is going to be a reversal here. Let's see what happens and let's see how it goes. In the same time, okay, here there is a crossover. I'll make a downward trade because I feel that it crossed 100, it crossed 200, now it is going to go downwards. Let's move to other assets. I hope this is clear to you. Again, here, if we would have made a trade here, it was a good success, but since it was SMA 50, not a very strong signal, but yes, we can certainly use the signal. Okay, again here it's an upward trend because the candle closed above the SMA 50 and it is giving an upward signal. So let me just change the amount to a very basic amount and see how the trading goes. If it's still an upward trend, I might make an upward trade and see how it goes. So since the amount is less, I am not worried here. I am not, you know, focused on I want to do this, I want to earn so much, I want to make these many trades. I am taking it slowly and steadily, right? Over here I have a downward signal. Let's see how this goes. I made a downward trade and I hope it goes well. Even $1 is very crucial for us here. We have 4 active trades at the moment. Let's check commodity. What's the situation? Okay, there is a crossover, so we'll have to make, okay, the market flipped. Now there will be a downward trend. Here the market started rising. No worries, double up the amount and make trades. So none of our trades are going in a positive way right now, but that is not something to worry about. We can make an upward trade here. Commodity was giving us some signals. Let's see. Here I see a downward trade happening, and let me just activate my risk-free trade and make a trade and see how it goes. Now I was saying do not enter in the middle of the candle. I have. So let's see how it goes because normally I don't. So we'll see how the trade goes. Here the asset is trying to rise. We had Mahajantar index. Okay, I think that trade is almost about to end. Yes, so that trade ended in profit, the short trade that we tried to make. Okay, so here again the market is trying to flip. But anything can happen. We still have 1 minute to go, so anything can come up. I still feel the market would rise and it would go above. Let's see. We'll come back. Let this trade end. In the meantime, any questions? I do not have any questions. So guys, is that I explained it very well to you, or is that you really do not want to ask anything and bother me? What is it? I want you to ask questions. I want you to discuss things. So any queries, any questions, come up. Let's talk about it. Alright, some seconds for the trade to end. Once these 2 trades end, we will move to the next trades. We'll try to find more signals. But is JACTAR clear to you guys? Are you guys very clear on how JACTAR works? Now since I have recovered with these 2 trades, I will mostly recover. So this trade again, it dropped, so no worries. I will have to keep trading for $10 to recover my money, and then once that is done, I will get back to 5. So 1 trade positive and we are somewhere near to our recovery. Let's see how it goes. Okay, help me find signals. This is still showing a downward trend, right? But it can rise from here now. Now there can be a reversal from here. Once it crosses, we'll come back to your commodity index. Here I still feel that it can be an upward trend. So let me make a $10 upward trade here. Because there was a crossover, I feel that it is going to go in the upward direction. So why? Let me explain it to you again. Crossed SMA 200, crossed SMA 100 and 200, and then it crossed in the upward direction. So when there is a crossover, we make the trade in the above direction, in the direction the crossover has happened. Okay, let's just check more assets. I need to make 2 to 3 trades more in order to get where I started from, and then I will make small trades to make some profit. Okay, so here what happened? The candle closed near SMA 50 and then it started showing reversal. So maybe here there is a reversal and we can check, we can see how it goes. Guys, I'm waiting for your comments. If you have any comments, feel free to drop them and we will be there to address it. If I get a strong signal, what I'm going to do over here is, just to recover my amount, I am going to make a $15 to $20 or a $30 trade using my risk-free trade. So that is a smart way of trading actually. You use your risk-free trades and you make your trade so that you are able to safeguard your money. Okay, so here I find a signal, a downward signal, because there was a crossover from SMA 200, 100 and this. So here if I would have made a trade, it was a very strong signal. But now you see that the candle here, this candle was very huge and now the candle size is reducing. So let's see what the next candle has to say for us. Okay, see, it's rising. So might be again we come back to this asset and it can be a crossover. No signal here, nothing here. We might have a signal here in a minute or two. Okay, so the trade we had made for $10, that is successful, which is a good thing. Let's check other assets. I am not very sure about this signal, not trading here. We have a crossover here, a clear crossover, so we can certainly make a trade here. Once this candle ends, we will make a upward direction trade. Now what we can do over here is, since we have a clear signal, we can use a risk-free trade and we can make an upward trade after the next candle, after we see the next candle. Let's find some other assets. Let's see how it goes. I will keep looking for assets, and I'll suggest that you guys drop a comment and let me know which asset you want me to try on. So let me find some signals. Okay, here we have a signal, guys. If you see the SMA 50, okay, the candle crossed over the SMA 50 and now it's starting to rise. So we might have a signal here and we can make a trade in the upward direction. Now there's no harm because we are using our risk-free deal, so we can certainly try it. After this candle ends, we can make an upward trade. Now yes, SMA 50 is not a very strong signal, but we can still make a trade and see how it goes. So let's find some other assets. No signal here. Again, yes, this is a signal, but I am going to reduce my trade amount and make a trade and see how it goes. Okay, it dropped. Amazon signal is something that we missed on. Basic dollar index, let's check. Drop your comments, guys. I'm not able to see your comments. I'm not getting any comments from you actually. So why is that so? Let's check our trades. The $30 trade, let's see. Okay, I am still thinking that it can go in our favor. Let's see. Let's do one thing. Let's not just keep watching on the screen, because that creates a lot of, concern, stress. So I'm going to just switch. I'm going to see how it goes, and once the trade ends, we will see and the results. Okay. Any more suggestions? Just 2 to 3 trades I'm going to make more for you guys today, and then see how it goes, and that would be the end of my ACI downtrend. Yogesh, let me see. Yes, Yogesh, so here if you see, this candle is trying to cross the 50. So yes, from here we will have a downtrend. Okay, for you I will certainly try to make a trade here. You see a clear downtrend here. I made a trade for you, Yogesh. This trade is for you. The $30 trade that we had made is successful. Now we have one $5 trade going on, which obviously will be successful. Okay, the trade time here needed to be changed. I'm sorry. No worries. Actually, it's a good thing. Let's see. Yogesh, thanks for the suggestion, but yes, that is a signal, but it can flip anytime, so nothing we can do for it, right? Okay, so now guys, we have recovered our money that we had lost in our trade. We are around $5 to $10 in profit from where we started. So now we are going to trade with smaller amounts. We are going to find better signals, just the 3 to 4 trades that we make, but with more stronger signals. So I'm going to focus on SMA 200 now, so that the signals that we get are stronger. So over here, if you see, the candle crossed over, it is showing an upward trend. Here, if I would have made a trade, it was a clear upward trend. Now it's bouncing back, so it can cross over and we can come back to this. Let's just check other assets. Again, here if we would have made a trade, Amazon, we just saw that it was a good signal. So let's see Euro Composite right now. What is the situation? Let's check. Okay, so we have almost 4 minutes to go. Right now Euro Composite is not in our favor, but you never know, it can change, it can come down. So this trade is not something that I'm very much focused on. Let me check the assets that I had marked. Asia Composite, there is a crossover in the upward direction. Let's come back after the candle ends. Well, you want yes, Yogesh, I know it was a 2 minutes trade, but as I said, normally we also can try to make 5 minutes trade. Okay, it is not necessary that you just make 2 minutes trade. Even the 5 minutes trades are actually, we suggest our traders to make 5 minutes trade. So this was the one trade that I tried to make for 5 minutes for you. Devendra said there is gold in the down position. Devendra, gold is trying to come down, but it has not come near to any SMA, or it has not crossed any SMA. So we are waiting for this signal. Yes, it can be a signal, maybe 2 to 3 candles down the line. Over here, if you see, the market was falling, commodity index was falling. Now it's trying to rise. It can either cross SMA 200 and give us an upward trend, or what it can do is it can just go nearby somewhere here and then again give us a downward trend. So commodity index can be a signal in the near run. Okay, here we have a signal. If we see, it was an upward signal right now. But as I said, टेक्नो म्यूजिक 3517 मैम, थोड़ा नॉलेज दे दो सर। नॉलेज ही तो दे रही हूँ, आपने शायद वेबिनार अभी ज्वाइन किया है सर। हमारे बहुत से वेबिनार होते हैं, यू कैन जस्ट चेक। दिस इज आवर ओलंप ट्रेड ग्लोबल चैनल। ओके, सो क्योंकि बिकॉज यू कंफर्टेबल इन हिंदी, व्हाट यू कैन डू इज वी हैव आवर ओलंप ट्रेड इंडिया चैनल वेयर वी कंडक्ट वेबिनार्स ऑन ट्यूजडेज एट 7 PM इंडियन टाइम and on Thursdays at 5 PM Indian time. You can join that as well. So Yogesh, I hope you were able to understand the strategy, and that is why you were able to win the $15 trade. Very good if you used Jack Tar and you won it. So that's good. So this market, you see the fluctuations happening. I am right now skipping it. Let's see what Euro Composite is doing. So Euro Composite, yes, there is an upward signal. It is not a down signal. Even Yogesh, I guess you made a trade of maybe 1 minute or something, because even if you made a trade of maybe a few seconds, 1 minute, you might have got an upward direction, because here only one candle was in the downward direction. The other candles were in the upward direction. So I am not sure what trades you have made, but whatever it is, it worked for you. That's good. So any other assets, guys? Techno Music, sir, I am from Olymp Trade. I am a financial analyst with Olymp Trade. Okay, so I had Devendra who suggested me gold. Devendra, if you see over here, the candle tried to, in gold, the candle tried to come near to the asset, but it was not a successful trade. It was not able to cross over the SMA 50, so it bounced back. So always remember, whenever the candle is closing nearby and not crossing over, it is a reversal pattern, and if there is a crossover, it can be a proper it can be a trend in that direction. So any questions, guys? Drop in before we make a couple of trades more and end up our session for today. Okay, so this trade we have made right now, I do not see it in a proper positive way, but you have 37 seconds, so maybe this candle ends, and if the other candle also goes upward, it can be an upward trend, but I do see an upward trend here still. Let's see how this closes. No signals, no signal here. Amazon, still it's trying to cross. So the trade that we had for Euro Composite, we won that trade and we had profit there. Let's maybe 2 trades more, guys. What do you say? Yes, Yogesh, it can be your personal strategy. The thing is, it's good if your strategies are working for you. What I am here for is just to help you with strategy. If you have any strategy that works for you, Yogesh, that's a really good thing. But I would just suggest that try to avoid shorter duration trades. If you are making trades for 1 minute or so, try to avoid it and try to increase the time frame. Okay? Any questions, guys? Please drop in your questions if you have any, and I am trying to address most of your questions here. If you have any more queries, any more doubts, feel free to clear it away. Munch Index, I am just there. Okay, let me tell you, Munch Index right now is not giving a signal. Techno Music 3517, it is very far from the SMA. We cannot predict. Maybe this candle goes red. For example, here it went red and then it was again upward. So let us wait. We wait for the candles to come near the SMA. Just because it is giving a downward trend, we are not going to make the downward trade. Okay, if there are 2-3 candles more will be needed. So if you see, this candle can change again, so it's risky. Wait for the candles to come near the SMAs. Okay, so here I'm finding a signal. It crossed and it went above. I feel an upward trend here. I don't know why, but okay, I know why actually, because I see that there was a crossover. There was not a crossover and it was bouncing back from the SMA 200. So I feel a upward trend here, and that's why I've made an upward direction trade. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I will make mostly one trade more, 1 or 2 trades more if I find good signals. Okay, not in the favor of the 15 minutes trade. Let's check assets. Here we are getting a signal, but again this market is very unstable because we have one candle green, one red, one green. I am not trading in such assets at the moment, which are not stable. Okay, here let me change the time. We have a downward trend. We can make a downward trade here. Okay, let's see how it goes. You're most welcome, Yogesh. So guys, any questions, any more queries you have, feel free to drop in your questions and I am here to answer it. Even later on, if you feel there is something you want to talk about, just connect with us, just drop your comment. And if you are an expert and you still have some queries, we are all here to help you. You can just get your session scheduled from the analyst and they will be there to assist you. Well, the winning percentage of this strategy in a normal market, when the market is not very volatile, like now at the moment the market is very volatile, it is somewhere between 60 to 70%. So I have also experienced somewhere 72%, but that depends on the the market situation as well. Said, I hope I answered your question. Okay, so one trade closed in loss and one is in profit at the moment. Let's see what is. Okay, so we are not sure how this is going to perform. It can be profit, it can be loss. And last trade I'm going to make is on my recovery. Are you guys finding any signals? Here I am finding a signal where the candle is trying to come. It tried to come near the SMA 100 and 200. Okay, there is a crossover, so next candle can be an upward trend. Let's see. I am going to make an upward trade here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, the FTSE trade went positive and right now we are just looking to make one more trade, guys. The last trade for today. So I hope so far Jactar was clear to you. I will try to come again maybe next week. If not, we will have some other analyst connect with you and take the session, take the webinar, and I hope you all join the webinar and try to learn something new there too. I do not see any signals. If you have any recommendations, drop in and I'll try to make my last trade there. So here it was a clear signal of a downward trend, but right now it has been 2-3 candles down the line and I am going to avoid that situation. Let me change the time to 2 minutes first. Okay, here it can be a signal of crossover. Okay, so our risk-free trade that we had made ended in a no profit, no loss. So that was my trade for today. I am going to stop my trading here and I'm going to say a goodbye to you. Now at this moment the market is very volatile, so you might see the strategy is not helping you to that extent, but trust me on this, guys. You can try this in your demo account and this is a very good strategy. I have been using it personally, so you can just try it, and if you have any concerns, any questions, feel free to connect with us and we will be there to help you. All right, so thank you for your time. Thank you for being there and joining the session and being so attentive over the session. If you have any more questions, any more doubts, any more queries, we are here to help you. Feel free to drop in. Okay, You have a great day ahead and a good